Hey guys, into the end here, I have another gameplay video for a new deck today, and it is this one. Based on the name of the deck and this picture, I'll give you a second to guess what kind of deck this is. And I'm sure you got it right. This is a Minotaur based deck. The initial inspiration for making this deck was I wanted to play with Shard of the Spire, which is, whoops, hold on. Which is this card. There's a lot of Minotaurs that has a high disparity between the power and the attack. For example, the Auric Sentry, or there's that 0/7 3 power Minotaur. If you had Shard of the Spire in play and you play one of these units, a 3 mana 5/5 Endurance Warcry is incredibly powerful. Even a 2 mana 3/3 Warcry is quite good, and then a 3 mana 7/7 is amazing. But it turns out that this card is really bad. The reason for that is because it's 4 to play, and you have to play this first to get any benefit. And most of the Minotaurs that I want to play cost less than this. So you need to get very lucky with your combination of draws for this to have any effect. And most of the time you draw this when you already have all your units in play and you're losing, and this is a dead draw. So I just simply removed it and changed it to a purely a Minotaur focused deck based on this card here, the Relentless Gorehorn. Very difficult to pronounce. I challenge you to say Gorehorn 3 times really quickly. I wonder if Digital Wolf knows how hard this is to pronounce. I wonder if they did it on purpose just to screw with us. But anyway, initially I want this deck to go wide. I wanted to play a lot of high toughness Minotaurs and then buff it with this card and then attack for a lot of damage. And it turns out that that was a really bad game plan, because if you don't draw this card, you end up with a bunch of 1/5s and 0/7s, and that's awful. You're not going to win any games. And it turns out that even when I do draw this card, a 3/5 is not that good. Your opponent is playing a 4 mana 5/6, and you're playing a 2 card combo that makes a 3/3 and a 3/5. So it was just not powerful enough. So I couldn't go wide. It was too slow. The units are too weak. So instead, this is going to go deep. It's going to go off of 1 unit, and then buffing the hell out of that 1 unit using Paladin's Oathbook, Protect, and a bunch of equipment. Weapons. And it's actually worked out a lot better. I win a lot of games off of just 1 giant Minotaur Grunt that flies. That's 10/10 because of these things, and has lifesteal. And then you protect it for a couple of turns with Protect, and then you win the game. And a lot of times I do win off of Bartholo or this card, which turned out to be a bit of a hidden gem. 1/4 is pretty good defensively, and then it gives you a way to sink your mana into it late game. Very, very late in the game, you can pay 10, get 4 life out of it, 4 armor out of it. It's pretty good. And then being unblockable means that I can have all these high toughness units sitting around blocking while this card finishes the job along with Bartholo. So it's actually pretty effective. This is definitely not a tier 1 deck. This is a fun deck. You will probably win some games if you really want to play with it. And I am maybe roughly around 50-50 in ranked. But I probably wouldn't use this deck to climb the rankings. You can use this deck for fun if you want to take a break from your serious tier 1, tier 2 decks. So, I'm not going to play ranked game with this right now. I'm just going to play a couple of casual games to show you how the deck runs. I just don't think this deck is a ranked worthy deck. And I don't want to play ranked, not because I care about my rank. I have dropped to 200-300 on a regular basis when I'm testing out new decks. But the problem, though, is I still want to make competitive videos for you guys, and I find that once you drop out of top 100 in ranked games, you start to run into a lot of master level players that are just messing around and brewing, kind of like I am, and then you just run into a bunch of not serious brand new brews that are not fine-tuned, and then you don't end up with very exciting games, and it's not very effective as a showcase video, and it's not very effective as a kind of like a, I don't know, educational or informational video. So what I would like to do is try my best to stay within top 100 ranked. That way, when I do make competitive videos for you guys, I'll be playing against real opponents that are good players using real decks that are fine-tuned. So I will use casual for all these fun kind of non-competitive decks that I'm messing around with. And also, if I end up top 30s or very high ranked in the Masters, then I can afford to lose some games, and then I will use some of these fun decks in ranked as well, but not right now. Sorry about that, guys. My video recording software crashed, so actually my game crashed too. So I had to restart. Wait, did I click on ranked? Let's go back to casual. This hand is playable, but the deck can probably do better. He's first. I get a turn 1 play, and then nothing on turn 2. Let's try for something better. There, much better. Better power, a slightly better curve. Alright, as long as I draw 2 power, then I'm set for the rest of the game. I don't think any card in this deck costs 5 power, and I would never activate this ultimate anyway. I have no relic I have no relic in this deck to find. Echo, find a way. Alright, I really want to draw a power, but other than that, this hand's alright. This is a control deck of some kind, or a mid-range deck of some kind. Otherwise, you wouldn't run this in an aggressive deck. Okay. Alright, well, I think we're gonna lose this game because this kind of deck, once you give them time to set up, you can win, but not with this kind of a list. Wow, it's 4 colors. This guy's going super deep. I get the 3rd land, but it's depleted. Next turn, I'm going to play Bartholo, because this is my only way of winning. Put the Bartholo in play and then just start stacking equipment on it, and hopefully he doesn't have an answer. Putting this on it would be ideal, but I'm going to put all of these on him anyway, so... I think this does more damage. Over the course of the game, I think this would have netted me more damage than having played the Oathbook. Oh, he's going to Harsh Rule away my board. Or I guess there's no point holding them back, because he's not. I'm not going to block. A land would be great. Yes, it's a land. Alright. This is kind of funny. So I think I win this game in 2 turns. If he doesn't have a way to remove Bartholo. 4 colors. What is the blue doing in there? Wow, he's got so many big spells. But still, no blue spells. Makes me wonder why the primal mana is in his deck. So he dies next turn. He doesn't know it yet, but he's dead. So unless he has a way to gain life or kill this. No, he does not. So he is dead. That is 14 damage. GG. So, as you can see, even though it is a Minotaur themed deck, you often just end up attacking with one unit, usually Bartholo, and then you win. So maybe that is kind of cheating. Maybe I should remove Bartholo from the deck just to make it more of a Minotaur based deck. But that was kind of fun. I'm gonna try another one. Okay, we're here for game 2. I paused the video when I'm waiting for the queue, because the casual queue is pretty slow. This is a 1-land hand, so we draw. This hand is pretty poor, but sometimes you get there by playing a unit and then just removing threads. Unfortunately, we'll have to use this on Justice. We'll use this on Shadow. Play out the Bully first. It does more damage, even though the Grunt does give you the Warcry triggers. Oh, ouch! 4/5. But hey! 2 for 1. Yeah, let's 2 for 1 him. Attack for 3. Kinetics. That name seems familiar. Pretty sure I played against him before. Now what do I do? This opens me up to a pretty big blowout if he plays Lightning Strike or if he has Permafrost. So instead, I'm going to just attack him for 4. So that tells me he doesn't have Lightning Strike. I think that's actually one of the dumbest things about this game, is that you can tell if your opponent has cards, instant speed cards in his hand because of the pauses, which I think is really stupid. But anyway, let's hit him for 10, getting 10 life. At this point, I'm not afraid of the Lightning Strike anymore, even if he draws 1 and he dies next turn, unless he kills this, because I can remove his blocker. Oh, I cannot remove that blocker, but he concedes anyway. Alright. And that's how the deck is supposed to go. You just basically make one really big unit and hope he doesn't kill it. This deck sucks against anybody that has a lot of removal spells. It's also not very good against decks with a lot of deadly units, like Maidens and Stewards. But against everything else, it's okay. Okay, I'm going to pause the video again and unpause it when the game starts. Okay, we're back for game number 3. Once again, this is casual. This is the exact same hand I had last game, isn't it? I guess I'll keep it. I do have a turn 2 play and then a bunch of interaction. It's probably above the average that this deck can get. I get all the influences that I need. Yeah. I do love the premium art. I think Digital Wolf spends a lot of time making the premiums more than just foil cards, right? Because you can see that the light is shining through some kind of a window from above, and it looks amazing. Another unit that has this is the Hero of the People, where you can tell that she is standing in some kind of a chapel, and then there's windows behind her, and there's light like this shining on her back, and it looks absolutely amazing. So I really appreciate some of the foils, the premiums in this game. Pretty good curve, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 removal spells. That's gonna beat a lot of decks, actually. Anyway, back to admiring this premium. You can also see some of the wavy motion on his cape, on his back. Anyway, my opponent is deep in the tank. Hey, a lot of Argenport lists recently. Let's get a second Justice. So now, Annihilate can't kill this, Suffocate can no longer kill this after, but Vanquish will. So I'm still gonna go for it, because it does the most damage. Doing 8 damage on turn 3 is pretty ridiculous. That's an 8/6 life-linking attacker on turn 3. That's pretty cool. 10 damage done to him already. He needs a Vanquish or a Death Strike, which he won't play this turn anyway. So, well, I have way too many removal spells. I'm definitely just going to kill it and attack him for 8. And then he dies next turn unless he... Once again, playing defensive units doesn't work because I have so much removal. He needs a way to kill this unit. And in those colors, either Death Strike or Vanquish is the only thing he has. So he has the Death Strike. Okay. Attack him for 1, 2. I will play the Feather onto the Sentry instead. And I won't do it this turn, in case he kills it. I'll do it next turn. That still leaves me mana for Slay. And I think that brings him to 2. Yep. And then if he kills this, then he won't die. Yep. Harsh rule. So so if I play both of them out and he has a second harsh roll, then I probably lose the game. But if I play 1 and he plays 1 blocker, then I win. But if he plays 2 blockers, then I don't win. I'm gonna bank on him not having 2 blockers, because so far he doesn't seem to be doing very much in the early games, early turns. If he had really low cost creatures, he would have played more in the early turns. So this is probably good enough. Unless he has a stand together. Nope, he doesn't. So he's dead. Oh no, Desert Marshal can keep him alive here. But I feel like if you had Desert Marshal, you should have silenced this so I don't get the Warcry trigger. No, this will still kill him. If he plays a blocker, this can't attack, but this can. Yep. Another Feather would also kill him. And I do have 4 copies in my deck. Oh, Bartholo's is much better, because it has Aegis. So now he needs 2 removal spells or he dies. But that's not good enough. 1 power left. Good game. Alright. I know this is only casual, but 3-0 with a equally casual and non-competitive deck is not too bad. As you can see, the game plan is super straightforward. Play some kind of a thread, buff the hell out of it, remove some blockers, and just keep attacking until you win. Not a whole lot of decision making. I think the only thing you need to play around is removal spells. So either board sweepers like Harsh Rule or single target removal spells. So hold on to your weapons until you absolutely have to use them. And that's pretty much it. This deck is very linear. Decently powerful when it draws well. Sorry, I unpaused the video for a second. I paused the video to type with a friend. He asked me some questions, and now we're back. This hand is a little slow. I would really like a 2-drop, but the mana is quite good. These are quite strong with the Falchion. I think I'll keep it. This is going to be my slowest hand yet. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'll play the gem. I'll play the gem blade. I want to guarantee 4 power. I don't want to risk it. That's a pretty good draw. Elder's Feather onto a Auric Sentry is actually very good. I mean, the 2 damage is not super relevant, but having a Warcry trigger every single turn is really amazing. Warcry is a very powerful mechanic. Okay. The That's perfectly fine. This is the one you want to kill. Another 4-color deck. I don't know how to make 4-color deck mana bases work consistently. It's just so difficult. Question is, does he have another removal spell? Let's test it out. I can afford to wait one more turn. I get screwed by a harsh rule, but man, trying to play harsh rule, double green, and a 4-color deck like this must be so difficult. Now I want to put it onto Bartholo, because it has Aegis. I think I'll do that. I think I'm just going to attack him for 3, and then put the weapon onto Bartholo next turn. Having the Aegis makes me feel a lot safer. Combre Healer. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Now, I'm more inclined to believe this deck runs Harsh Rule because of cards like this. But he's missing a green. You know what? Let's just go for broke. I know I'm way overextending, but this with decks like this one being not very good, you're just gonna have to take some chances. Oh no! Okay. Bartholo down. I guess I should have put the Elder Feather onto one of these units with a higher backside. Yeah, I should have done that. There's no reason to put it on him, because once he loses the Aegis, he's pretty useless. He's just an inferior version of this. No! Alright. Yes! This thing has revenge. I just need 2 hits. This ability looks really good on paper, but in actual practice, I found that it almost never matters. Like, for example, right now, I don't even have units on the board for this to pump. Oh, that works. That works. How lucky. He's gonna have to take 5 or trade. I wonder what he's splashing for. Like, he has 4 colors, but he's only played green, blue, and time spells so far. Oh, he played Slay, but that's not good enough for splashing, I don't think. Like, you would not play a 4th color for this card. What could he be splashing the black for? Blue seems to be a main color. Green seems to be a main color because you have double green, double blue. Splashing black for Macto? Is that even worth it? I don't know. I'm okay letting him eat my 3/3. Bring him to 5. Bring him to 3. They both have revenge. He has 6 cards in hand. I have a feeling I'm going to lose this game. Oh, is he like going infinite with Crown of Possibilities and Macto's recursion? But that's not realistic. Is this a cockroach deck? Oh no, he's getting life. Alright. Attack for 4. That was pretty lucky because now he can't double block. He can block with the healer, but eventually it'll get big enough. If I survive that long. Oh no. So now if I attack, it's just a trade. See, times like this, I really wish I draw more versions of the Streetwise Informant and Bartholo. Oh no, Sandstorm Titan too. Yeah, I'm dead. I can't think of anything in this deck that will allow me to come back from this board position. Maybe if I draw a Bartholo and then followed by a Falchion, that would do it. I'm blocking because these units aren't doing me any good. If I win this game, it won't be off of the back of attacking with one of these two units. There's no way I can get through his wall. If I do win, it'll be with one of these unblockable units and a weapon. He's going to draw into his Macto very quickly here. Aha! Come on, invisible. Oh, no, he has... the Sandstorm Titan is making this very difficult. I can put the feather on it and attack becomes a 6/5, which will trade with his Sandstorm Titan. But does that help me win the game in any way? No, I think it's better if I hope to draw an Informant or basically one of the unblockable creatures and just pump it by 1 power. my opponent's deck is doing some pretty sweet stuff. It's incredibly slow, and against a real deck they would have lost already, but it's doing some pretty sweet stuff. Too bad I don't have any harsh rules in this deck. Lifesteal, Aegis, Destiny. Quick draw. The Aegis and the Lifesteal will destroy me. Yep, and that's a good game. Alright, I think that's good enough. That was 3 games, 2-1 maybe, or maybe 4 games, I don't remember anymore. So anyway, that was a fun deck. Once again, do not use this deck in competitive. There is an argument for playing with 4 harsh rules, because as you can see, if your one big unit gets killed or you don't get to build one big unit, then you fall behind on board very quickly. The average power of your units is very, very low, so you do need a way to come back once you've fallen behind. But anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. I hope that was entertaining. If you like, please give me a like or a thumbs up. Check my channel for other videos. I do have more competitive videos that are more serious if this is your first time to my channel.